Yeah, my name is Austin Novosad, quarterback here at Oregon. Currently a redshirt freshman, so year 2 for me.
Nice. And my name's Jason Gerber, owner of Best Roofing and Waterproofing. And so, Austin, enjoy having you here. It's got to know you over the last year or so, and so some of these questions are a little bit repetitive for us, but I think good for people to know. So, we talked a little bit about before what got you into football, but do you want to share that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, football for me, just kind of always played my whole life, and ever since I was a little kid, played quarterback from flag football. Always going to my sister's soccer games, throwing the football with my dad at halftime. That was the part I waited for. I wasn't even watching her. I was just out there to throw the football, and grew up just watching all the quarterbacks on TV, and it was something that I've just kind of always wanted to do.
Yeah. And you talked about, I think your dad played at Houston?
My uncle played
at Houston, okay.
My dad played, in high school and got hurt before he could go to college.
Gotcha, okay. So that's what got you into it at a young age. What age was that?
Probably 5 years old. I think I was on my first flag football team with my best friends. And then ever since that, just kept on playing.
Okay, and that was in Dripping Springs, correct?
Yeah, right outside of South Austin. So that's where I started playing, and then we moved to Dripping a little later after that. So.
Okay, so you started young. I think you mentioned, early on, even about middle school, you started recognizing you got some talent in quarterback.
For sure.
Probably a lot of people noticing too, got a little bit of help. So, what age was it, you really started, put some yards up, putting some numbers up, and I'm gonna give this a real go?
It was probably my, freshman year is kind of when I made the choice to really, go all in on football, because I was playing baseball, and select baseball growing up was just super time consuming, like traveling to tournaments and stuff. And so, once I got to my freshman year, I really just kind of put baseball to the side and was like all in on the football thing. So.
But now, you really have to focus on one sport. There's so much investment in your time and what they do now. When I was a kid, it's like you could do a sport, another sport, but you seem like you've been doing it year round.
For sure. I think when you want to become elite at something, I think there comes a point where, you might have to put it to the side. But, in high school, I think it's awesome to just kind of play as many sports as you can, just show your athleticism to these coaches. And I think in high school I ran track, because, that's another competitive sport. So I was always just trying to win out there.
Gotcha. And you said run track, like what? What did you?
All the hurdles, triple jump, and the 4x4.
Nice, nice. And were there opportunities in that too?
No.
Okay.
I was just more of a competitive nature that I wanted to go win and have fun.
Yeah, I was fortunate I met you last year, one of my first NIL deals, seen you come in as a freshman, and so we talked a little bit about the transition, but I do want to go back a little bit, because I imagine, junior, senior year, if I remember, you won states then too, or came close?
Yeah, we went far in the playoffs my senior year, and then the year before that, we made it to the playoffs with our running back Preston Alford, who's here. So that was a fun time.
And so senior year, putting up big numbers. Some of the numbers you put up were insane. But I imagine, what's it like leaving high school, putting up that kind of numbers, having that kind of attention, committing to Oregon, and then what's it like leaving there and then coming to Oregon, and what was that initial feeling like for you?
It's like starting high school over again. You're the young kid on campus. You're trying to learn a new offense, so you kind of come from the top and just start over again. Absorb as much information as you can, and try. Was
it complicated? Was it like a foreign language? Because you got to learn all these plays.
Yeah, it's definitely, you're learning something every day. But having guys like Bo and Coach Stein my first year definitely helped. Just the knowledge that they had to teach me the game. Because it moves a lot faster than high school.
Gotcha.
No, for sure.
We talked a little bit, and just watching you from last year to this year. So you did redshirt last year. You were eligible for that. So this year you're a sophomore, but a redshirt freshman.
Yes,
and so you came in last year. You got to learn from Bo. Put on great weight this year. Really ready to compete. And you get Dylan here too. And so I can only imagine, getting that experience from Bo. You're listening, you're learning. Like, he's got all these games under his belt, and Dylan's kind of the same. He kind of gives you that same opportunity to learn from experience. Do they invest in the young guys like that? When you have questions, are you able to come to them, or do they just take you under their wing, or how is that?
Oh, for sure. I think always having the older quarterback in the room. There's little things that you don't learn unless you've played in games. So
That's right.
having that much experience, they've definitely taught me some things that you need to be successful at a big-time program like Oregon.
Gotcha.
And Dylan playing at Oklahoma and Bo playing at Auburn, both competitive schools too. So I've learned a lot.
Yeah. So you got here to Oregon from Texas. 100 degrees, 90, 100 days straight. You get here, you got 6 months of grade, totally different climate. You were near Austin, if I remember correctly?
I was.
Austin,
yes.
Texas. So what did you think of what you noticed when you first got here, the town, and just kind of settling in and the differences you noticed?
Well, the funny story was I got here in January, which you come to find out pretty quick that it's raining and cold. First day of class, I remember driving my scooter to class in the pouring rain, 3 jackets on. So that was definitely a shock for me, but I've gotten used to it. And I think the summer months are awesome.
Yeah. Summer, fall is beautiful. It's unreal. What was were you prepared for rain? Like, you're coming out here, did you even know what to expect? Or, when they're recruiting you, they probably don't say, hey, we got some cold, rainy winters.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely wasn't in it. When I came out here, it was 45. It wasn't too cold yet, but it definitely gets pretty cold out here and rains in the winter. So I think now that I'm used to it, it's fine. But
it's pretty mild. It's not overly cold. It's it's different at first, but throwing the ball, everything had to be a change for you.
It was, but I think now year 2 used to it, and you can see that on.
Gotcha. A little bit about your teammates. Who did you, when you first got here, who did you gel with right away? And
yeah, I mean, definitely Preston, just coming from the same high school, and then kind of the guys in my class. All the transfers, so like Tez, Trayshawn, all the guys that kind of came with me. And then all the kids in the 23 class, we all hang out and we're at Franklin together when we first got here. So
a couple more things on the football. We talked a little bit about Dylan and Bo. Having Dante and Dylan with you this year, and again feeding off that, what's it like between the three of you?
I mean,
and some of the other guys, you got some great talent out there.
Yeah, I mean, Brock, Luke, and Ryder also in the room there, so we got a great room, and I think everyone kind of puts their part into the room and just makes it the best that we can be. We all push each other at practice. Have a good time up there, learn.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, we talked a little bit before where when you come here, you're competing. That you probably don't have a lot of expectations as a young guy getting in there, but you're coming in here prepared to compete and take the steps to get you to that point. So, you talk about pushing each other, and is there anything that one or the other does that pushes you a little bit more, or anything that happens might drive you, or just out there to prove yourself?
Yeah, I would say we're all just kind of out there to, execute at the highest level we can. And if there's something that, they know that I don't, they would let me know, and vice versa. We're always just trying to help each other out and make each other the best we can, because the whole room wants to be ready.
Yeah. So, Austin, I appreciate your time. Again, I'm one of your biggest fans, and just really looking forward to seeing how you do, and look forward to seeing where this goes.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.